So as we rejoin the action, blinds are 10,000 and 20,000 with a 5,000 ante. It's been folded to Antonio on the button, who's got ace-4.
The ace is pump fake. Good enough for Antonio.
That's a raise. Maria folds. Daniel with jack-7 suited calls.
Negs. Yep.
You know, this is the kind of thing that keeps women away from the game.
Heads up to the flop, which gives Daniel second pair, bottom pair for Antonio.
This is some classic Daniel versus Antonio.
Daniel has checked. Antonio bets.
I'm kind of surprised he continued when this board hits Daniel's range so hard, but make no mistake, he'd be much happier with a fold here.
Daniel calls.
I do not think Antonio will bet again.
Turn card is a deuce. Doesn't change anything. And the action goes check, check. We're going to the cage street. The river is a 5. So Daniel's got a lock on this.
And if he bets it, he'll definitely play the value card. If he gets called, it'll almost always be by a better hand, so he can't afford to risk going to the cage.
There's the value card, followed by the bet.
As it is the best hand, and he probably won't get called. So because of the cage, Antonio does have to think about it.
His shot clock's running.
But like a guy coughing into a rag in a zombie movie, Daniel's always got it.
Antonio, down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. He folds.
Always. Always with the value. That's how I roll.
We know.
Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah.
You know who else knows? Antonio.
Blinds are up to 12-24 with an 8K ante. Action will be on Antonio. Queen 9 offsuit.
Here we go again.
He raises. Maria folds. Daniel's out. Phil in the big blind with King 10.
Philip Horatio Ivey.
He defends. And once again, Antonio's opponent flops best. Phil with top pair, Antonio with second pair.
No matter how good a poker player you are, it's hard to win if you can't catch a card.
Action goes check, check, turn for free. Deuce of diamonds. Phil picks up a flush draw to go with top pair.
And he's very likely to start going for value now.
He leads.
Antonio's got no choice but to pay this off.
We go to the river, and that means the cage is in play. 6 of clubs.
Phil should feel pretty confident in betting this again.
Here comes a chunky bet. And here comes the value card.
This time, Antonio's got a little bit tougher decision. Phil's going to be bluffing here more often than Daniel. Going into the cage at this point would be a bigger disaster than accidentally replying all when you've been BCC'd on an email, Francine.
We laugh because it's funny, we laugh because it's true. Antonio is down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds. He calls.
Man, Antonio's been running like he's in one of those dreams where your feet don't move.
Phil takes him to Value Town.
And to Frown Town.
Nice hand. Thank you.
Phil first to speak, and he's got Ace King. He raises. Antonio with Jack 8 of clubs on the button.
He's lost the first 2 pots, and I don't think this one's gonna go his way either.
Ooh, he's getting frisky. Tries a little re-raise.
Third time lucky.
Maria folds. Daniel with ace-deuce suited. He passes. So action back on Phil.
So we know it's virtually impossible that Ivey's gonna fold. But will he do more than call?
Whatever he does, he'll do it like a boss, because he's Phil Ivey.
Oh, that's Phil Ivey.
Sigh. 10-second warning. 5 seconds.
I'm all in.
Phil shoves.
Hiya! Most of the time, this is a fold. Fold like the wind, but Antonio's lost like 2 hands in a row, and he's probably a little frustrated. And they're suited! Straight flush draw, come on! Nah, he should probably fold. I just like the action.
Antonio's clock is ticking. He folds. And Phil takes the chip lead. It's actually pretty close between Phil, Antonio, and Maria, with Daniel bringing up the rear. Blind still 12-24. Action folded to Daniel. Not going to play his button. Phil with ace-king again. Just calls in the small blind. Pocket sevens for Antonio.
Get out your springboard and your mat, because we's about to be flipping.
Antonio goes for the raise.
Well, if you ain't flipping, then you must be tripping. Put your hand up on my chips. When I flip, you flip, we flip.
Please stop.
You put your... Okay. When I flip, you flip, we flip.
Phil does know there's a shot clock, right?
Think this boss cares?
It's down to 5 seconds. And that is a re-raise. Action back on Antonio.
You put your hand up on my chips. When I flip, you flip, we flip.
I told you to stop.
All he's got to do is get it in.
Ten-second warning.
All in.
All in and a call.
Like blondes versus brunettes, one of these two hands has the slight mathematical advantage.
This is the one.
He's kind of the one to win.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you. You too.
It's a real nail biter.
Antonio needs his sevens to hold. He's the player at risk here. And there's an ace on the flop.
Naturally.
Spades.
He is a natural, a real wonder boy.
Antonio now needs a 7.
That was fun. You know?
2 outs. And he needs to hit on the river.
There's still hope.
A 5% chance of survival. The river is a deuce.
Deuce of spades. Second
Good
round
luck.
of applause, please, for Antonio Esfandiari.
Good luck.
Gonna finish the shark cage.
Good luck, Ho.
Final table in 4th place.
He held the chip lead for so long.
Why don't you please win?
I don't think any of us expected him to go in 4th place.
More cheddar to the eventual winner.
On this hand, we're going to go in the tank with Daniel. We'll only see his hole cards, which are 7-5. He's called. Phil, who now has a ridiculous chip lead, calls out of the small blind.
Interesting limp by us like verbal Kint. Hopefully we'll get away with it. Like verbal Kint.
Maria has checked her option. We're going 3-way to the flop. Queen 6-4. Up and down straight draw for Daniel.
That's about as good a flop as we could hope for. Plus, we're Daniel. We're gonna get there.
Phil bets out. Maria folds.
I like calling here. Sometimes Phil will give up and we can steal it. Sometimes we'll hit our hand.
Daniel does call. The turn card is a 7. Second pair for Daniel to go with that straight draw. Phil checks.
I think we should probably just check. I think we should probably just bet. I meant to say bet.
Daniel does bet. And what's Phil thinking?
He's thinking, what's this guy got? What does this guy over here got? What does he got me beat?
Oh, Phil's check raised.
And that's why I was going to opt for a check there. We can't really fold this, I don't think. The problem is if we can and don't improve when we face Phil's bet on the river, we'll be in a real spot.
Time ticking away for Daniel. 10 seconds left to make a decision. He elects to call.
Like there was ever any doubt what Daniel was going to do.
The river card is the 7 of hearts. Trips for Daniel, but it does put a potential flush out there.
Well, what was I thinking? We're Daniel Negreanu. We're Kid Poker. Documentary coming soon. Of course we're going to improve. The problem is that Phil could have been raising us on the turn with a flush draw. Easily.
Yeah. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And there's a bet from Phil.
Last time we played against Phil, I was dead certain we should call, and I was dead wrong. In this spot, I think he's going to have us beat a lot.
Oh, boy.
Like a one-legged laundry clerk, I am leaning toward a fold.
Daniel is down to 10 seconds.
Man, really? I need a time.
He plays a time bank chip.
The one thing we got going for us is that I don't think Phil expects us to have a 7 very often. He could be trying to bluff us off a worse hand. But Phil knows how much Daniel loves to call, and Daniel knows Phil knows that.
I just feel like you have full house. You got queen 7.
This is basically old poison wine routine.
I don't think I can fold it.
Daniel calls.
Ace queen.
Phil claims to have ace queen, but he doesn't. He was bluffing with jack 8.
Ivey's fallen victim to one of the classic blunders.
Ace queen, huh? Okay. This is Ivy style. Ace queen or 8-9, whatever. I don't remember.
Lines now 15,000, 30,000 with a 10,000 ante. King 9 suited for Phil. Raising the button. Maria with jack 10 in the small blind. She's now the shortest stack at the table. She calls.
75 is a total.
Correct.
Daniel getting a great price, but he's way behind.
King 3 of diamonds. 3-way to the flop. Which is 7-6-6. So Phil had the best hand pre-flop, and he has the best hand post-flop with King 9 high.
Everyone's checked to the razor.
He checks behind. Double paired board now.
The king highs are chopping this. And I don't think anyone can bet it.
It checks around again. Queen on the river. So if this goes to showdown, Daniel and Phil will chop this pot.
But it might not go to showdown. Maria, 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 you cheeky little monkey.
She bets.
I think Daniel lets this go. No!
Think again. He raises.
The rare Negreanu river bluff raise.
And he gets a fold from the guy he was chopping with.
Though technically he's bluffing with the best hand, which means Maria can't even call. She can jammity 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 jam, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah, she lets it go.
Daniel
Bluff?
takes the pot.
Huh? What's that?
That was a bluff, wasn't it, Daniel?
What are you talking about?
That was a bluff.
What do you mean bluff, Phil?
Yeah, that was a bluff. That one was a bluff.
Why? What did you see? You saw something different? Makes you think it was a bluff?
I just thought it was
I gotta
a
know.
bluff.
I gotta know
I
what
just
you're
thought that
trying
one was a
Phil,
bluff.
I gotta know too. You
Everybody
tell
wants
me
to
what you know.
Well, you tune in and watch Shark Cage, and you'll find out.
Cool story, Jason. Blinds 15-30. Maria is the short stack. King 9.
Hold on.
She shoves. Daniel folds. Phil with ace 6. Calls.
Phil calls. He has
Phil's got
ace 6 against
Maria's
king
got
9.
King 9.
I'm pretty sure both of you did this correctly. according to the
Maria's the 9 of spades, the king of clubs.
chart.
I only know
Phil has the
Shep
6 of
chart. I
hearts
don't
and
know
the
Paul's
ace of
chart.
spades.
Yeah.
So Maria at risk and behind.
Phil, do you remember that time like 3 people ago when your tournament life was on the line
Yeah.
against
do.
me?
But-
Feel like it's kind of a return the favor
fair.
type deal.
Give you a
I'm
shot.
good at returning favors.
That's what she said. Get it?
Why cut to his mom?
I do.
That's what I
Daniel.
meant the first time.
I know you did. I'm just helping the people at
You're a
home.
sick man.
Helping the people at home. Who
Got
knows?
issues.
Look at that smile.
You having fun, are you, Daniel?
Yeah. Aren't you?
Yeah.
It's fun. She will be if she wins this pot.
I've had fun no matter what, but I do want to win this pot. Like, let's not.
Well, you know, that might
If she
change.
wins his hand,
Let's not
she'll be
get it
having
twisted. I
fun.
do
what I said.
want to win this pot, but I have
King or
had
9
fun.
comes. Oh, party time. Shots.
Phil gives absolutely 0 fudges.
The flop is pretty much all Phil.
The chart says lots of turns have Maria drawing dead.
Really good flop for Phil.
Phil's the only player with
Heart.
a heart.
You are sharp.
I know. See how fast I
leading
figured
with
that
ace.
out?
You don't need a chart.
Maria looking for a king or a 9. 7 of hearts on the turn. Reduces Maria's outs.
I can't decide if the king of spades is coming on the river or the 9 of clubs.
Yeah, you're between those two. It's a good coin flip if those are the two.
Maria being swept by her boyfriend Luke or Glenn or Noah, I don't know, some boy band name.
Maria's tournament life on the line. The all-important river card is a 7. She's out in third.
Does that mean no
Round of
shots?
applause, please, for Maria Ho. Going to finish the shark cage final table in 3rd place.
Good luck.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Okay.
Eventually, you're gonna do it.
This is history, ladies and gentlemen. This is like the De Niro Pacino restaurant scene in Heat. And Phil Ivey, great ass!
Blinds are still 15-30. Phil raising his button with 9-6.
Cool.
Daniel's in with ace-4 of clubs.
Daniel starting off with the best of it like we would expect, but heads up, things can get a little weird.
3 of hearts.
Check.
Queen of diamonds.
Daniel's
spades,
still with the
jack.
best hand. Here comes a bet from Phil. And Daniel check raises.
And I don't think this is really a bluff. I think he knows he's raising with the best hand.
Phil calls.
That is a weird float. Phil's probably got a trick or two up his sleeve.
Or maybe this was the plan. Hit a 6 on the turn.
Yeah, one of those tricks was to peel a 6, I guess.
Daniel now checks.
Phil's gonna be pretty confident he's got the best hand since Daniel would probably never actually raise a queen.
Phil bets. Roughly half pot.
If Daniel calls here, he's probably prepared to call river too.
He does call. The river card is an 8, so Phil with the best of it. Daniel checks. And Phil bets.
This is awesome.
I don't have that good a hand. So I don't have that good a hand, but I don't know. I felt like he was gonna try to make a goofy move, so I might pay him. 400?
Yes.
Trying to say you have a queen, sir? When do you have? How do you? You're gonna learn my trick, how to flop trips?
Lost my screen.
I don't know. Okay.
Daniel calls.
You're right.
And Phil takes the chip lead.
You son of a gun. I played good, kinda, except you got there.
Now Phil has the advantage, and the blinds are up to 20,000, 40,000. 8-7 for Daniel.
90,000.
He raises. Ace-queen suited for Phil.
Oh, really now?
He's re-raised.
So he did.
And he's got by far the best of it.
Okay.
Daniel calls.
Could be a good one.
The flop. Sees Daniel pair as 8.
Daniel's back to his old tricks again. Not even a club out there for Phil.
Phil continues. Daniel's all in.
You don't want to know. 4. We got another 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.6, 50 ace high. I mean, that's your hand, sorry.
1 point what?
1.65.
Looks like Phil's calling.
Got ace high? Yeah.
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 Phil
No
calls.
good. Of course. I mean, I got it.
Okay.
Daniel, a 3-1 favorite to double up here.
Daniel's in the lead with a pair of 8s.
That's correct.
But he needs to dodge aces and queens.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Neither one of these guys got to where they are today by being unlucky, that's for sure.
If Phil hits, it's all over. The turn card is a 9. Daniel now an 86% favorite. Phil still looking for an ace or a queen for the win.
Yeah. All in. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you said it. Now, no ace, no queen. He win.
You hear his accent? Do it.
Yeah, he's very good.
Oh, God.
I have pair, 8. He is no pair, ace high. I told him, ace high, call anyway. I say, you ace high. He say, call.
Now you win.
Not
You
yet.
see?
Maybe an ace or a queen come.
Feel. But if you,
You
give
never
me,
know.
but if you give me 1,000, Daniel lose.
That's it?
You my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
You could be
Okay.
bought. You could be bought.
He can be bought, his allegiance.
Daniel, sorry.
Okay.
Never heard of a Russian accepting a bribe.
The river
Boom.
is a 6.
He says, boom. Full house. Full house. 1.65 million because I got a full house. And he's got ace high over there. Yeah. Champion over here. Can't see, how much you playing about?
Not as much as I was.
Oh, yeah, you don't have that much.
Yeah, I don't.
What did you
Phil
rate?
raises to 90,000.
Yes, he did with ace 3. Daniel, king deuce.
He's in.
Well, it is suited.
And there's no point in 3-betting. He'll likely just get jammed on by better.
The flop is 8 trade deuce, pairs for both players.
It could all go in here. No.
Phil bets. Daniel calls. The turn card is another 3 trips for Phil.
And Daniel is drawing deed.
Phil bets again.
And that tray ball's a great card for Phil because I don't think Daniel's going to be too scared of it.
Yep. He calls again. We go to the river. Which is another 8, counterfeiting Daniel's deuces. He's checked for a 3rd time.
He's looking at me funny.
Bring it on down to Valueville.
All in.
All in.
All in.
Phil shoved.
That card didn't help me. Maybe it did. Are you trying to bluff me?
No.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Daniel folds.
Had the other pair.
Deuces.
Good kicker, though. You bluff that one?
Of course not.
It's true, unless you folded an 8. He did not bluff that one.
Daniel with the Ivy hand.
90.
9-6.
I think the Ivy hand is 6-9, James.
And Phil has Queen 7 again.
I'm not going to talk like a computer.
And Phil flops top pair. Daniel with a gut shot straight draw. Bets.
Phil might finally get some back here. Or Daniel can continue running like Secretariat.
Yeah,
All in
he's got all kinds of tricks. He does that to see what I do with my eyes and stuff, and then he does it. I gotta stop looking. Oh no! You know I had garbage. You win. He does the. Stole that move from Scotty Wynn. He used to do that all the time.
Blinds are now 25,000 and 50,000 with a 15,000 ante. Phil's got 8-9. He raises. Daniel with a pair of 7s. That's a re-raise.
I like the 3-bet. Daniel doesn't mind getting it in with 2 7s here, but I don't see Phil folding 9 high either. He's way too likely to be live.
He calls in position. The flop is King 8-7, a pair for Phil, but a set for Daniel. Daniel checks.
Huh.
Phil checks behind.
Both playing it slow, but Daniel's playing it slowier.
The turn card is a 5, giving Phil a straight draw.
And now that Phil's got a legit draw, it makes it even less likely that he's gonna fold.
Daniel bets.
I'm all in.
Phil shoves!
I call.
And Daniel calls!
Set.
Set's good.
This could be it!
Oh, I win. Oh, no, you need a 6. Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. But I'm in good shape right now. I'm ahead.
Best shape of his life.
You never know.
Yeah.
Phil needs a 6.
Don't do it to us. We got some drinking to do.
4 cards Ivey can hit.
Something tells me Team Ivy's not exactly worried where their next meal's coming from.
It's okay. He'll be fine. He's in good hands.
Doesn't look like their first rodeo.
You don't want to win like that anyway, catching a 6. Huh? You don't care, right? Just however it happens. That would be dirty. He won't. He doesn't want to win that way. He'd throw it back. If a 6 comes, he'd just throw it back.
I sure would.
He'd be like, you know what? No, I don't want it. I can't win like that. Bad for my reputation.
The only thing that's bad for Phil's reputation is how much smiling he's been doing. Isn't that right, you little cutie pie?
The river card is a 10. Daniel takes it down.
Applause for both of these fantastic.
1-0. Whoa!
Hey, Phil, the bad news is you gotta sweep that up.
Look at this.
Read the fine print, brother.
Yay! What's that? No, I know. Sober. I'm gonna. Thank you. It was fun. We had fun. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Boo! She says boo. You don't mean it.
I do.
No, only a little bit. He came second. That's pretty good. That's almost as good as first.
Good for $0.
It's right up there. Yeah, exactly.
Guess what, Daniel? The taxes on $1 million are outrageous.
Congratulations to Daniel, commiserations to Phil.
Yeah, where the party at? No, seriously, where is it? I want to go.